Welcome to the third and the final part of how to create a clay thumb pot from scratch. In this video we will learn how to create the lid portion of the pot. Jumping straight into it, I have the leftover clay from the first video, so far I have not wasted a single speck of clay, and I'm using my palm to push it out flatly on the work surface. Now here is where the rolling pin comes in. I'm going to roll and I'm going to turn the clay until I get a nice even flat piece. The reason why you have to lift and turn it is so that it won't stick to the surface. If you try and roll it straight out in one go, the surface is going to get wet and sticky and it'll end up in a big mess. So we need to turn and move it regularly. The thickness of your lid will vary depending on how much clay you have left over from the beginning. It doesn't matter too much. I would just say aim for at least the thickness of a pound coin, if not thicker. Now we need to cut out the disc shape of the slab we have rolled out. One way to do this is to turn your vessel upside down and cut around it carefully using a clay knife. This can cause uneven edges, so I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to get a perfect circle out of the slab. Find an object that is roughly the same diameter as the pot that we're making. In my case, a roll of duct tape worked perfectly. So I'm going to use this duct tape like a cookie cutter and actually push down straight into that slab, cutting out a perfect circular disc for my lid. Now of course you could use other objects to accomplish this, such as cups or mugs or even jar lids. It really just depends on the width of your pot. So after removing that duct tape, I had to go around and carefully peel off all the unwanted leftover clay from the disc, remembering to try and keep it as flat as possible. This will be a nice and neat lid. We don't want to make it rough or uneven. Here is a lid that I made earlier, really just to show you why we need to make a ring on the inside of the lid. It's so that when we place the lid on the pot, it doesn't slide around or fall off. Now we have to grab the leftover worm shape from when we created the base of the pot, and we haven't wasted any clay whatsoever. This process is exactly the same as how we made the base, so very quickly we make a ring or a donut from that leftover clay. We join the two ends of that ring together nice and smoothly, and we use water to make sure that we have a great bond between those two ends of the ring. Now we dunk that donut into the water and it will help create a guideline for our scoring on the base of the lid. This is the same scoring process as before, but remember not to score too deep, otherwise you might cut through to the other side of the clay. Add plenty of water to create a slip for the two pieces of clay to join together. Press down firmly and then begin to use your clay tool or fingers to push the two pieces of clay together and create a nice natural bond. Once that ring is securely joined with the lid, spend the remainder of the time just using water and your hands, making sure you have a nice smooth finish all over, not just the lid but on the pot and the base, until you're happy with the result. So once you are happy with the pot, I would recommend leaving the lid upside down on a flat surface to dry, just so that it doesn't warp or distort over time as the moisture leaves the pot. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed the lesson and you've got a great pot to finish with. Thank you for watching.